I think part of the problem, Luciano, is people are drawn to new and, flashy and complicated things, right? That they don't even understand. Chemical names they could never pronounce themselves, but, clinically shown to do this and that. If that were the case, if all the research we've had in so many decades for things like cancer and everything, then why aren't we healthier, right? If the evidence really took us to a better outcome, then we would be a healthier society because there is trillions of dollars being poured into these types of trials, research, studies. The war on cancer has been going on for decades. So much money has been poured into it. We have more cancer than ever, right? So that to me is where I start to say I know that evidence is very necessary, especially in a field like medicine. But at the end of the day, what is your experience? Did you get better with a more natural, simplified approach or not?
Yes, I agree. It's sad. You see, it's impossible not to get into the conspiracy side of things.
It is. It's
But
it's it's very difficult not to even use that word.
what would you say to this? Because sometimes, I guess in my personal circle, I'm telling them what I'm doing, and of course they don't know what it is. Everybody, like I said earlier, and they're like, those who want to play
Yeah.
devil's advocate. Oh wait, look, I don't think big pharma loves money. So if this is good, why wouldn't they want their hands on it? And what do you say to that?
Oh, it can't be patented, number one.
But still, I mean, doctors are profiting from it. Actually, ozone
Yeah. Are,
therapy,
are
which is
yeah, are
something
they are
else.
they to the amount that big pharma and
I know.
shareholders enjoy?
No.
You think about drugs, you think about the ROI. I've seen what the ROI is, in the thousands of percent sometimes on all these. It's the reason Bill Gates has made so many millions and millions of dollars off of investing in things like vaccines and healthcare. It's incredibly profitable, it really is. And as soon as you drop the patent, let's say, we know this from things like ivermectin and others that have dropped that are Nobel Prize winning drugs, it just doesn't have the same appeal to these companies. And again, I have a background in business and finance. I've worked in the Wall Street area and everything. And you have a fiduciary duty to make as much money as possible for your shareholders, and everyone wants more, right? So if you said, all right, we have something that number one can really help a patient quickly, isn't that expensive because, ozone relative, to a lifetime of drugs is rather inexpensive and will help prevent disease in the future. Those three things are like less profit, less profit, less profit, basically.
Is the no-no. Yeah, because it
It's a
actually
huge
helps.
no-no in
In fact,
business.
doctors have told me shocking things. I want to really unpack it and get to the truth of it, but they say, hey, if ozone was put on the map, it would decimate, it would bring the
Yeah,
pharma profit to down to 30% from 100. Like,
I would say 80% of that revenue and profits would go down. They'd still be incredibly profitable, but they wouldn't be the Goliaths anymore with the billions and billions, right? They would be a normal company, a large company that makes hundreds of millions, let's say.
I think also, given that it's really the simplest thing, it's very cheap because it's just an oxygen
There, right? Yeah.
machine. I mean, I understand why the price is what it is now, but in the future, to me, I see it as it's like somebody putting a band-aid when you're any clinic, any doctor office. Oh, here, let me put a band-aid on that for now. Like
Yeah.
meaning so accessible that it's like it's there on the shelf and you do it and it's not an expensive thing.
Right.
It heals. So uh maybe it was a bad analogy because band-aid is
I know it's
the
it's the,
term
the
used to
analogy
say
you
something
usually
that is
associate with
that's
conventional
what pharma
medicine.
does.
Let's put a band-aid on it, but it's the healing process of what happens
And
under the
cost, I don't
band-aid.
know, something that's just on the shelf there. It's such a simple, cheap thing that you don't even, it's so accessible because I see it as such. I mean, the other thing that you can do, and I don't know, you can tell me what you think about this one, but
Yeah.
I don't know if to really show this on the movie or not yet, but how this is something you can access at home.
Yeah.
Because if you're a biohacker and so inclined, you can have your own small little machine. It's not terribly expensive for what you can get out of it for a lifetime of treatments at home. And there's other ways of administering it at home that are not so glorified, but
Rectal insufflation, I believe, is the term you're looking at.
in the, you can put ozone in many orifices of the body,
Yes. Yes.
except your nose. Don't put it in your nose.
Not to breathe. Yeah.
Or you can drink ozonated water,
That's right.
or even as a mouthwash. Have you
Yep.
ever tried? I mean, forget mouthwash. This thing, it's ozonated water. It's like the best mouthwash in the universe.
And again, I recently posted on this, like Listerine, Cool Mint Listerine is actually now linked to increased numbers of oral cancers because you're killing it's an antiseptic. You have an oral microbiome that is necessary, good, bacteria in your mouth. You get rid of that, and it's actually increasing the number of cancer when so many people, again, I'm pretty sure the 10 out of 10 people that don't know ozone would say there's nothing that could be bad about Listerine. It's been around forever. It's great. When you're right, something like ozone is way more beneficial to rinse with. Just ozonated water would be so much more beneficial. But again, if the awareness isn't there, then you can't do much with that because the information isn't in the head.